Ukraine has reportedly carried out another major sabotage operation targeting the Kerch Bridge, which connects Russia to the occupied Crimean Peninsula. According to Ukrainian intelligence, underwater explosives were strategically placed and detonated just before 5 a.m. The attack, although not as large-scale as recent strikes on Russian air bases, still targeted a highly significant and symbolic structure. The Kerch Bridge has been a long-standing source of Ukrainian resentment since its inauguration in 2018 by President Vladimir Putin, following the annexation of Crimea in 2014. It serves as a physical and symbolic link between Russia and what Ukraine considers illegally occupied territory. This is not the first time Ukraine has targeted the bridge. In 2022, a truck bomb attack caused substantial disruption, an event that was met with celebration across Ukraine. As for the most recent operation, damage appears to be limited. The bridge reopened shortly after the blast, though later reports indicate it may have been closed again following a possible second explosion. The situation is still developing. The key takeaway is that Ukraine is demonstrating its capacity to strike Russian assets with precision, even in well-defended, high-value areas. The Kerch Bridge remains a prime target due to both its strategic use for military logistics and its symbolism. Former U.S. President Donald Trump once told Ukraine's President Zelensky, "You have no cards to play," but the recent attacks suggest otherwise. Ukraine appears to be sending a clear message: it can disrupt Russia's operations at critical points. The bridge, which accommodates both road and rail traffic, was a crucial supply line, particularly ahead of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. Initially, it was the only land connection between Russia and Crimea until additional routes through occupied southern Ukraine were established. Though the bridge lies outside the range of Ukraine's conventional artillery, this and past attacks show Kyiv is increasingly adept at finding creative and technological means, including maritime drones, to damage or disable it. Reports suggest this most recent blast involved a large quantity of explosives, potentially exceeding 1,000 kilograms of TNT. Pro-Russian sources speculate that sea-based drones may have delivered the payload. This theory aligns with Ukraine's known interest in unmanned naval technology. Whether Ukraine's aim is to fully destroy the bridge or simply disrupt its use, the intent is clear: to keep pressure on Russia's military supply routes and to continually challenge Moscow's control over Crimea. Analysts' opinion: strategic disruption over symbolic targets. Ukraine's repeated targeting of the Kerch Bridge represents a deliberate convergence of military strategy and psychological warfare. While the physical damage in this latest attack appears limited, the symbolic impact is massive and likely intentional. From a strategic standpoint, the bridge is a critical logistics artery for Russia, supplying troops and equipment into southern Ukraine and Crimea. Damaging it, even temporarily, creates delays, uncertainty, and logistical strain on Russian forces. In military terms, that alone makes the bridge a high-value target. But the broader implication is psychological. The Kerch Bridge, personally championed by Vladimir Putin, is a monument to the 2014 annexation of Crimea, a key pillar of his legacy. Every successful strike against it isn't just a tactical win for Ukraine, it's a direct challenge to Russia's claim over the peninsula and a symbolic erosion of Kremlin authority. The reported use of underwater charges or maritime drones also shows a growing level of Ukrainian sophistication. These are low-cost, high-impact asymmetric tactics that Russia, despite its larger military, struggles to defend against consistently. Ukraine's message is clear: we can hit you where it hurts, even in areas you think are safe. There's also a messaging angle to this operation. Just days ago, former President Donald Trump had claimed Ukraine had no cards to play. This strike is a public rebuttal, a declaration that Ukraine still holds operational initiative and the capacity to influence the battlefield beyond the front lines. In summary, even if Ukraine cannot fully destroy the Kerch Bridge today, the cumulative effect of repeated strikes is powerful. Russia is forced to invest more in defense, reroute supply chains, and absorb the symbolic blow of losing control, if not territorially, then perceptually. That is the definition of strategic attrition.